Hey, what's up, buddy? Right behind me, I got a 2003, 2004. Let me see. Mercedez Benz c230 with a compressor, and it has a misfire in it. It's a c230 right there. And we got a misfire on cylinder number 4. Cylinder number 4 is going to be the one furthest in the back. You got 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the back. Just pop this cover off right here. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to show you the engine codes. So I got the scan tool plugged in. OBD link is right here. You have to remove that little plate right there on it. Alright. And I already got it plugged in. See if we can get this thing to focus. There we go. Anyways, we got this code right here. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and just cut the car off. It's but it's running really rough. So just shut up. First code is a cylinder 4 misfire. You can see that. Try and get it to focus. You can see that, but that is a cylinder 4 misfire. Lord have mercy. New camera trying to figure out shit. Anyway. Alright. Okay, anyway, so we got cylinder 4 misfire, which is PO304, cylinder 4 misfire. Next code is PO456, EVAT emissions leak, a very small leak detected. Next code is PO600, serial communication link. And the next code is a PO313, which is a misfire detected with low fuel. So that right there kind of leads me to believe it's probably a fuel injector. gone bad. And also, I already know that the customer said he took this vehicle to somebody else and they replaced all the spark plugs and the coil pack on cylinder 4, and they still have a misfire. So that makes me believe that because he's already replaced all the coil pack on cylinder 4 and all the spark plugs, what I have done is I took a stethoscope, and you can go down and there's your spark plugs down in, your fuel injector. Here's fuel injector number 4. I'll show you. Right there, where I got my light on it. That's fuel injector number 4 right down there. You can see I got my light on it. That's the electrical connection for it. So I just stuck a stethoscope probe down there and touched it, and also touched it along the rest of them, and I can hear it firing. You hear it go ting 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 ting, or pow 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 pow. And I didn't hear anything. I did not hear the injector firing on number 4. So that's how I diagnosed it. So what we're gonna do is replace that fuel injector on this Mercedes Benz today. So first step is pull this cover off. Next thing we're gonna do is remove the air housing cleaner, and then we can get to the fuel rail. To do that, just pressing these 2 tabs right here, pull that back. You've got 2 Torx bits, one right down there, you can see that, and then one right there down in that hole. What's up?
Do you think we should use the red paint and stuff?
There's one right there and then one right down there. See if I can get a better view of it. That's it right there. Right down there. And the other one's right there. Down in that hole. Right down there. You gotta take those 2 off. And then you gotta remove these this air cleaner outlet and this electrical connection to this stuff. Alright, so like I said, start right here. Push these 2 tabs. There's a little lock piece down there. Just pull it up. Boom. Disconnect this electrical connector right here. Squeeze it here on the sides. That'll pull out. This right here, you're going to squeeze these 2 tabs right here like that, and then this will slide off. You might have to push it back down and then squeeze again and then pull up, and that'll come off. These electrical connectors right here, they're pushed in like this. To release them, you take your fingers and pull this out like that. So you pull on that, this will pop out, and then you can pull it up off of here. On this one, it's in the back, so you got to reach behind it and pull that piece back, and then it'll pop off. What I'm talking about is this right here. That's inside, so you got to push it back. Once you get it out a little bit, you can stick a screwdriver like right here and just pry it back with a screwdriver, pushing it back, then that'll lift off. This right here is held on right here. Just there's a little tab behind it which you have to push backwards. You see it? It's that tab right here. So, and if you want to slide that off, then you're gonna have to put a screwdriver right here and push it sideways, and that release tab will move. And then you can slide this connector off. Down at the bottom, I'll show you, there's you're gonna need some long pliers or something like that. At the bottom of the air intake, there's a clamp down there which you squeeze together right here and then pull it back. And then right here, this right here, there's a long piece, little tube right here, and it's inside this hole right here, and you have to push it backwards and then it slide it up. And then you got this electrical connector right here. which you squeeze right here on the sides. And that'll come down off. Put you down for a second. And basically just slide this all up out of here. So I'm just throwing this to the side. I've still got this tube. Here is, where's that freaking, that clamp I was talking about. You need to squeeze it right here and here, and it's on the bottom of this air tube right here. Put that to the side. Here's that Torx bit that you need to take off. You can also use a 9mm socket. And this one right here, same thing. You have to come in through this hole right here, and I had to use a 9mm 1/4-inch deep socket like this. Now it is a Torx bit, but you can use a 9mm socket if you're going to be using an inverted Torx. I forget what it is, what size it is. I'll go get it in a minute. And this is still held on by that pipe, which you can leave on. It's a little dirty, oily around here. I have a leak somewhere. Anyways, here are the fuel injectors right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I need to pull this fuel rail off, and I'm going to disconnect these right here. And then I'm going to pull this fuel rail off, and then I can get, there's 2 Torxes right here. These probably also, you can use the 9mm right here, and then there's another one right there, and that will allow you to pull that fuel rail back. Okay, back here again. Alright, I went ahead and just disconnected that tube off the bottom. Shit. Alright, took these 2 screws out of here to disconnect that. These are Torx bits, and they are T25s. T25 Torx bits. That's those 2. These are E10s that are holding the fuel rail in. Inverted Torxes. They go here and here. To get this one out, that's why I had to move this right here. And an inverted Torx is gonna look like that, but it's like a Torx on the inside. If I can get this thing to focus. Okay, so anyway, these right here are on the back of the fuel injectors, but you need to squeeze these tabs together right here on the outside, and it'll squeeze the prongs on the inside, open up the prongs on the inside. That's how you pull them off the back of the fuel injectors. Here's the fuel rail, which is in there like that, and connecting the fuel rail. When you put the fuel rail on top of the fuel injectors, there's these twist locks on the back of them. All you gotta do is push them off, and you can just push them with your finger and just snap them off, and then the fuel rail will disconnect from the back of the fuel injectors. And there's number 4. That's the one that we're replacing, which is down there. So that's number 4. There's 3, 2, and 1, and we got a new fuel injector right here. So that's basically exactly how we got this far. And go ahead and put the new fuel injector in there, and I replace all the O-rings right here on the outside. Make sure you coat them with some lubrication, some fuel before putting them in there. And also you can take these out and replace the O-rings on the bottoms, which is what we did. Okay, so back at the vehicle, put the new fuel injector in. Basically, installation is the reverse of removal, and reset the check engine light. And as you can see, check engine light has not come back on. I took it for a test drive. I'm already 4 out of 8 readiness monitors. So I know check engine light's not gonna come back on. It's driving so much better now. It's idling like so much smoother. If I put it in drive, I mean, before it would start vibrating and shaking, the whole vehicle shaking. You could tell it had a misfire, but I mean, now it's just, I mean, it's totally smooth now. It's driving so much better. So we fixed that, definitely. So the misfire that we had, basically the diagnostic on it is misfire, but it also had a misfire code, misfire with low fuel, which was kind of like a hint or indication that we're probably looking at a bad fuel injector or some kind of fuel problem. But anyways, replace the fuel injector, fix that. Oh, Aaron, you trying to get in? Say what's up, Aaron.
What's up?
So anyway, I'm gonna just run up here and just give y'all a little run through again. Pull this up. So got this off, but you can just pop this off with your hand. These electrical connectors, when you disconnect them, all you gotta do is pull these back. Same thing here. Installation, you gotta make sure they're all the way pulled out before you put them back on. And when you put them on, push them down and slide those back in, they'll lock in place. Make sure you just put that back in there. This has to slide in there. Make sure you got your hose clamp down there on the intake, because if you don't put that hose clamp on, it's gonna run rough. You'll have a rough idle. It'll start jerking around. Make sure you push that back on, plug this back in, slide that back on if you want to, plug this in right here, and then you just got your two E10s, the E10 Torx bits, which are down there. See if you can see it from here. It's right there where my light is. Right there. Gosh, it's hard to see it. Anyways, you got an E10 right down straight there, and then an E10 down in that hole right across from it, right down in there. But that's an E10 inverted Torx bit, and make sure you plug that back on. And that's it, really. That's it. And then there's, make sure that's pushed in there. That's all you got to do to take the intake air cleaner housing out. So anyways, that was a fix right there. Just replace the fuel injector. Anyways, appreciate you watching the video. This is a 2004 Mercedez Benz C230, and that's basically how you install a fuel injector, one or all four. All right, later. Say peace out, Aaron. I mean Ashton.
Peace, yo.
All right.
Hey guys.
You want to say something? What?
Bye.
All right,
Stay
now.
tuned for more videos.
That's right. That's right. All right, peace, y'all.